So today we're getting 2 for 1. As you can see, I set up both the Virtuoso and my EQ mount with the SV48P achromat. I never done this before, setting 2 setups at once, but as you can see, beautiful clear skies, and I feel like it's a sin to just image with one. I need to be imaging with both to get the most out of them. As you can see, I have everything set up as usual, like my laptop, my wall for the wind. That sometimes works, sometimes doesn't, but today it's not windy, so it's only occasionally windy. SV705C with the Virtuoso. As usual, it's set up with the focal reducer, f2.5. I think, I'm not sure if I'm gonna image M83 or the antenna galaxies with the Virtuoso, but I will see. Maybe later even the Trifid Nebula. And the SV48P, I have the 405cc cooled camera, I have the cooler attached and everything powered up. This I will use later to wrap around here. I know it looks thin, but when I remove the rubber band, it opens up and wraps around the tube, so I can avoid light leaking into the tube, and also dew. But this has a dew shield already, but it's good to avoid light leaks. This is the dew heater. I'm everything from svbony. Svbony makes great stuff. This is the Adventurer GTI mount, Skywatcher Adventurer. It works great. I haven't used it in a while, so I'm pretty excited to be using it tonight again. And we will see. I think with the equatorial mount, I think I'm gonna image the Sadr Region. It's an emission region, like near the Cygnus wall, Cygnus areas. This is in Cygnus constellation. I have already 3 hours of data from last year, so I will be adding that data. It will be rising somewhere there, the Cygnus region. So I will be adding this data to the last year, and we'll see what we can capture. And now we wait for dark skies. Okay, I have the Virtuoso set up. It's pointing to Polaris, like horizontal and pointing to Polaris, and I have the SynScan app loaded, and I'm gonna choose 2 bright stars. In this case, Spica and Mars. Mars is a planet, not a star, but it will work. And I'm gonna start the alignment. And as usual, take note to where the telescope is turning, so it doesn't hit anything and get tangled in wires and stuff. You have to be careful. Okay, now it's pretty much pointing to Spica. It's a bit off. It will always be off. Very rarely it will be spot on. It's normal. But depending how much it's off, it's an issue. You see, today it came right and up. Not always it's like this. Sometimes it doesn't tell you where to move. But today we're fortunate enough that it shows us. And don't trust this, because sometimes it's the opposite. So, sorry, I bumped the tripod. But at least you have some heading to where you need to point. And in this case, we are very much to the left and need to point to the right. And it needs to come to near 0 degrees. I think the star, yes, it's here already. This is Spica. Spica is a star in the southern part of the sky. And check the focus as long as we're here. It looks good. Okay, and now it will go to Mars. So you can see I have a cable here that's kind of snagging. It's okay like that. It will work for now. Okay, now Mars. It should be closer now. The second star, it's always closer. If it's not, you've done something wrong and you need to start again. As you can see, it's closer. If it's like 5 degrees or it's off, you've done something wrong. Either you aligned with the wrong star, you did something wrong and you need to start again. Okay, I can see it already. Okay, this is Mars. Try to get it centered as possible. It doesn't need to be perfectly centered, just roughly. Okay, and now we're aligned, and I'm not gonna go to the target because it's not yet dark. So, but tonight I'm gonna image the Messier 100, which I lied before. I said I'm gonna image the antenna galaxies or M83. I'm actually gonna image the M100. Okay, let's go to Messier 100, blow dryer galaxy. I don't know if it will be a problem because at the moment it's almost at zenith. When you are imaging a target near zenith with an Alta's mount, it will be a problem because there will be a lot of field rotation up there. Just an FYI for you. Okay. Now we plate solve. M100 galaxy. Okay, we're pretty close. There's fireworks going on today. But it's nowhere near any imaging. I think I can see it here. I just need to move a bit. Okay, we're pretty close. It's here, I can see it. It's in the middle here. Okay, now I took some test exposures, and as you can see, the perfect star size is around 7.5. So set this filter, I'm gonna set it to 7.7. Needs to have some breathing space. So if you set it exactly 7.5, we'll be rejecting a ton of frames. And you know what? Even 7.8. Okay, so this is 7.8. And today I'm using 3 seconds exposure and 300 gain. The histogram, the perfect histogram, needs to be somewhere around this area. But as you can see, it is moving at the moment back. This is because at the moment it's not astronomically dark. So I need to wait about 15 minutes more. So I'm gonna do that. So bear with me. I'm using 3 seconds exposure and 300 gain and 20 black level. Some cameras, this is offset or brightness, it's the same thing. I adjusted the colors before starting. I'm using hot pixel removal instead of darks. It works good with the 585 sensor. And no flats. With this camera, flats are not really needed. You can correct it in post-processing, but if you feel the need to use flats, you can use them. and this is the M100 in the middle. As you can see, I'm already starting to get rotation up here because the galaxy is so high. When it's this high, you will get a lot of rotation. But I can't really do anything about it, but I'm not gonna wait for it to get lower, because then when it gets lower, there will be the issue of atmosphere disturbance, which is another whole problem entirely. And I have dithering as well. Every 400 seconds it will dither. You can set it lower as well. But with an Altus mount, dithering is not so critical, because if you think about it, the mount is kind of dithering by its own, because it's not that accurate, it's kind of moving. And what dithering is basically is every few exposures the mount will nudge to certain sides, and the image will be slightly set off to one side every time. And this will eliminate any walking noise, which is I have done videos about this before. Actually, I have done a video how to remove it with processing. But basically, what walking noise is like straight lines coming across all your image. It's horrible if you get it. If you get it, it's very difficult to remove it with processing. This is 23 minutes exposure. As you can see, the M100 is really getting resolved good. With a normal setup, you won't get anywhere near close to this with just 20 minutes. You need hours to get this far. And I'm really excited about the result that I'm gonna get. I'm gonna try to get like 3 hours exposure with the fast setup, and we'll see what we get. And you may be asking, what is that beauty gonna capture tonight? Well, I think I'm gonna image the Eagle Nebula with it, or Sadr Region, one of those two. And they rise later in the sky, so I'm not gonna turn them on now. I'm gonna leave it as it is, accumulating to the outside temperature, and we'll turn it on later. Okay, so I'm gonna align the EQ mount now. I have the virtuoso running in the background, and I'm gonna do the alignment with the GTI. I chosen Sadr and Razalahagu, or how it's pronounced, stars. And let's start. And the telescope is turning. I'm actually gonna image Sadr for now until M16 rises a bit. And I don't have any filters or anything at the moment, so there's bloated stars and stuff. I think this is Sadr that is showing here. Yes, this is Sadr. Okay, now I have to bump the scope a bit to get it to the center. Okay, let's go to Ras Al Hagu. Haven't used my EQ mount for a while now, and I need to be using it much more. As you can see, it's much more accurate than the virtuoso mount, and that's the goodness of the EQ mount. That's it. Alignment is done. Much less painful than Alta's mount, but you know. Let's go to Sadr, and I'm gonna imagine narrow band. I'm just gonna turn to what it was before. And I need to remove the camera to install the narrow band filter, because at the moment it's unfiltered. Okay, now this is Sadr, and I'm gonna install the narrow band filter now and refocus, because every time you install a filter, oh wait, I'm going the wrong way. Every time you install a filter, you have to refocus, keep that in mind. I'm gonna center it, and I will install the filter now. Alright, so I added the narrow band filter, and as you can see I have a button of mask on. This is really important, you have to reach perfect focus, otherwise you won't image correctly. And how a button of mask works is when you get 3 lines and 3 lines perfectly straight coming out of the center, it's properly in focus. It's very close at the moment. Okay, a bit more. I think slightly, very slightly. Very slightly more. That's it. Perfect focus. Now we can start imaging. Alright, as you can see I took 2 frames to see what exposure and settings work best. I'm using 40 seconds exposure and 250 gain. Seems to be decent. I'm gonna connect the guiding. With an EQ mount you have to dither much more frequently than with an Altas mount. I recommend every 100 to 150 seconds. Then when some time passes you can increase it a bit. But at first it's important, very important with an equatorial mount. Dithering is very important, because otherwise you will get walking noise very easily. Because since the equatorial mount is very accurate, you won't get much movement like an Altas mount, so you will get walking noise more easily. And this is a beautiful region, the Cygnus region. You can see like a crappy image at the moment, like bluish image. As you can see, there's faint white dust. Oh, sorry, faint red dust here. And all that dust is really cool. I have a short video about this on my YouTube channel, like a short, which shows the data I have already, but I have 3 hours, if I remember well, of data, and if I can get more, obviously it will be much better. I can see some star trays, but not bad. I forgot to turn on the FWHM filter, so as you can see 4.6 something is the good amount, so I'm gonna set it to about 5.10. Anything above it will get rejected. I'm at 137 minutes. As you can see, it's very beautiful. MSCR 100. I think I'm gonna stop here, because I have 1 hour of previous data as well. So now I have 3 hours. Looking like this, the auto stretch at the moment. Let me show you the auto stretch. This is what I like to do before I stretch the data, so I know what I have. You know what you're working with when you do the auto stretch. And this is the data I have to work with. It looks a bit blown out from the phone, but There it's better like that. You can see it's pretty cool. We have some pretty good data to work with here. So I'm gonna stop here with the Virtuoso, and I will continue to image with the SV48P to image nebulae. I'm currently imaging. I have a laptop there as well, as you can see. I have the laptop there. I'm currently imaging the Sadr Region, and later maybe the Eagle Nebula with the SV48P. Should be good. So now I'm 30 minutes in. As you can see, there is lots of red nebulosity around the star Sadr. The annoying thing that I don't like about equatorial mounts is you have to dither a lot. Like, I'm wasting a lot of time dithering. You waste half the time, almost. Like, I'm dithering every 3 frames, so every 3 frames I'm wasting like 20 seconds dithering. And it really adds up. I think it's been an hour or almost an hour, and I'm only 30 minutes in imaging, so lots of time wasted. But then again, they have the no field rotation. It's much better than Alta's mounts, obviously. It's take something and gain another, as they say. But it looks really good at the moment. I love the part around this Sadr. There's like a bow shock of nebulosity around it. It looks really good. And with more exposure, it will look even better. Especially when I add it to my 3 hours of last year. And just to remind you, this is with an achromat telescope. So you can see the potential of narrowband imaging with an achromat. It doesn't have to be an expensive telescope. How beautiful it looks now. It's 65 minutes in. It looks really lovely. I can't wait to stack these exposures I'm taking with the ones I had last year. The SV48P is pointing up, somewhere up there at the moment, to the Sadr region, the Cygnus constellation. The camera is getting cooled at the moment. It's about 5 degrees, so you have to be careful when you're cooling cooled cameras. Like, you don't cool them too fast. You have to cool them down slowly, or they will frost up.